with Isaiah.
Yo, what's up, people? This is another
Isaiah production.
Did Kevin Durant throw last year's Western Conference Finals matchup against the Golden State Warriors? Now, this video comes from a quote that Kevin Durant said, I think back in October. He said that he was glad the Golden State Warriors lost in the NBA Finals because it gave him more validation to go join them. He's basically saying that if they would have won in the NBA Finals, then he wouldn't have went over to the Golden State Warriors, which I don't believe, okay? Because I think Kevin Durant going over to the Warriors was the most pathetic move in NBA history. And I think that Kevin Durant just does not have that competitive mentality. You know what I'm saying? So, I still think, regardless of what would have happened in the NBA Finals, he still would have went over to the Golden State Warriors because I just don't think Kevin Durant is a competitor like I thought he was. All right. But that's a whole nother topic for another video. Did Kevin Durant throw the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors just so he can join them during the offseason? Now, if you look at Kevin Durant's stats, his overall stats from that series, you will see that he averaged 30 points a game for that entire series on 42% field goal percentage, all right? A person looking at that, it will say to themselves, okay, how can that person throw a series, when the guy's averaging 30 points every single game, okay? Do you see what I'm saying? So the numbers, they don't jump out at you like, he threw the game is basically what I'm trying to say. But if you look at one game in particular, one game, which is game six, then, you would say to yourself, okay, the conspiracy theorists out there that, that's saying this stuff, they may have a point. Now, during Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals at the Chesapeake Energy Arena, the Thunder were at home, okay? They were up 3-2. Only thing they had to do was win one game, and the Golden State Warriors would have lost that series, and it would have been the biggest upset. It would have rivaled as one of the biggest upsets in NBA history. The biggest game in KD's career, all right, other than the NBA Finals series in 2012, all right, but individually, the biggest game in Kevin Durant's, career, okay? He got a chance, if he wins this game, to beat a 73-win team and lead his team to the finals for the second time, okay, in his career. It's a big game in Kevin Durant's, career, all right? This dude during the first half, he looked scared, he looked passive, he looked tentative during the first half. This is the reason why stats are for losers, okay, people? Because Game 6, Kevin Durant did have 29 points, okay? But during the fourth quarter of that game, Kevin Durant, man, he had the most uncharacteristic turnovers. The Oklahoma City Thunder was up 4 points in that fourth quarter with like 4 minutes to go. All right, and then that's when you had Klay Thompson win off, the 41-point game, but somehow Steph Curry got the glory after that game, okay? Nobody really gave Klay Thompson credit, although he did have 41 points and Steph Curry had 31, okay? But, that's a whole nother story for another day. But basically what I'm trying to say is, people, the Oklahoma City Thunder, along with Kevin Durant, they choked, okay? Just to make it simple, okay? The Oklahoma City Thunder choked together as a team. So, to answer my question, did Kevin Durant throw the series? I don't think he did, okay? I mean, a lot of people can point to Game 6, but Kevin Durant, he had 29 points. His field goal percentage was shit, okay? He had, 32% in Game 6 he shot for the whole game. For the entire game, 32%. All right, and then you move over to Game 7. The thing that killed them in Game 7 was because Durant took too long to turn it on. Okay, in a game of that magnitude, Kevin Durant, you were absolutely silent during the first half of Game 7. But then, in the second half of Game 7, you all of a sudden want to come out and score. You had a good field goal percentage, too, in Game 7. 52% you shot, 27 points for the entire game in Game 7. But I just can't put the blame on one player and say that, he threw the game when the guy averaged 30 points a game for that entire series, okay? And, people get on Kevin Durant about his turnovers in this series, but, for the entire series, Russell Westbrook, if you were to total all of his turnovers, okay, meaning game 1 through game 7, if you were to add up all of Russell Westbrook's turnovers, the man had 31 turnovers for the entire series. Russell Westbrook had, okay? That is compared to 25 from Kevin Durant, and you got 28 from Stephen Curry. Okay, you cannot have your point guard be that turnover prone and expect to win. Okay, so to make the long story short, I think the blame in this series mostly goes to, Russell Westbrook. Okay, if you want to put the blame on anybody, blame Westbrook, okay? And I hate to say this because I like Russell Westbrook, okay? I'm not going to get on him like a lot of these people do and say he a ball hog and whatnot, because, he averaged 12 assists for that entire series. Throughout his, his years playing with Kevin Durant, the guy averaged 10-plus assists, for numerous years. All right, so it's not the fact that he was a ball hog or anything like that. He's just turnover prone, okay? And Kevin Durant alongside him was turnover prone too. Like I said, 25 turnovers for that entire series compared to Russell Westbrook's 31 turnovers, okay? So that was basically what the series came down to, was turnovers. Now, this is another thing, okay? During that quote in which I told you guys that Kevin Durant said in October, in which he said that, he was glad the Warriors lost in, the NBA Finals so that he can join them. When he said that, he also said that him joining the Golden State Warriors, he's able to get wide open shots and whatnot. Okay, so the offense would be easier. Okay, he wouldn't struggle to get shots. I think the reason why Durant wanted to go to such a stacked team, just have an easy road to the NBA Finals. The reason why Kevin Durant was seeking this, and the reason why he wanted this, was because of the Oklahoma City Thunder style of offense, okay? Style of play, rather, all right? He was just tired of playing with Russell Westbrook, okay? I'm sorry to say this, okay? He was just tired of playing with Russell Westbrook. He was tired of all the isolation basketball. And I'm not trying to, like I said before, I'm not trying to say Russell Westbrook is a ball hog, but all of them was participating in this. All of them was playing isolation basketball. This is the Oklahoma City Thunder throughout the Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook era. Give the ball to Kevin and Russell. Isolation, make something happen. If they double team you, pass it open to the wide open shooter. There was really no plays being run, okay? It was just isolation, glorified style offense, okay? And not just Durant and Westbrook took part of this isolation, brand and style of basketball. Everybody on the Golden State Warriors who could create, it was just like an isolation. It was like an isolation fest, all right? Steven Adams, Serge Ibaka, Enes Kanter, all of these guys. Isolation, okay? Isolation basketball. Randy Foye, all these guys, all right? If they wasn't shooting threes, wide open threes in the corner, at the top of the circle or something like that, Andre Roberts, guys like that, if they weren't shooting wide open threes due to Westbrook and Durant, going out of control to the basket and then kicking it out, then they was isolation, then they was isoing people, okay? That is the reason why the Oklahoma City Thunders never won a championship, okay? Ultimately, this is the reason why. I don't think it was because, Kevin Durant threw the series. But I will say this is still no excuse for Kevin Durant to do what he did. And like I said before, what Kevin Durant did was the most bitch move in NBA history. And at the end of the day, fuck KD, all right? But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Durant threw this series? Whose fault? What blame? If you were to blame an individual player, if you were to just blame a reason why the Thunder lost, what is the reason why you would say they lost? Peace. Also, before we leave, alluding to something that you guys probably didn't know, I am an aspiring future filmmaker. I will be releasing my debut indie film in about a month from now via YouTube. Broken Cycle is the name of my first directed upcoming 30-minute indie film. It is about an African-American adolescent that is indulged in the street life, but later gets a change of heart when confronted with an unexpected event that will change his ways forever. So once again, the title of my directed indie film will be called Broken Cycle, and I will be releasing it via this channel. I will encourage you guys to view it when released. Peace.